tough. Yeah, I don't know, right? I
have
think
no geographic rival.
Yeah, you don't. I feel like we always play a fun game against Cincinnati, right? In the past couple of years, we've played a cool one against them. That's tough. I don't know. I don't know who you label as the rival, but
I also think Cincinnati would probably look at West Virginia geographically.
Sure, that's right. And so that's tough. I don't know who you circle as the rival, but I think there's going to be a bunch of fun ones for sure.
UCF against the world.
That's right. Indeed. Knights versus the world. Let's do it.
You've had a busy summer. I want to go back to the Manning camp.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Really cool. This is my second year to go. That camp is unbelievable, right? To be able to be around a bunch of awesome quarterbacks, top quarterbacks from around the country, and to be able to have fun with a bunch of kids and teach them the game that we love to do. And I haven't even mentioned yet that you're rubbing elbows with some of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, right? And so that's a really, really cool experience. My second year going. I'm always learning something because you get really you have to kind of pinch yourself because you'll find yourself having dinner with Peyton Manning and you're just sitting there talking ball and it's just you, him, and one other guy at the table and you're all just sitting there talking like you've been buddies for a long time, and when you end up getting up you're like, wow, that really just happened. But it's a really, really cool experience. Got to learn a lot, make a lot of new buddies from different guys in different schools around the country, and so it's a really, really cool experience.
You've said being young John Rhys Plumlee, imagining what you would grow up to be. You just had a camp with kids out at UCF, so you got to see a lot of those young people that are looking up to you. What's that like to impart what you know?
Really kind of surreal, right? Because I remember being, again, little John Rhys, and all I wanted to do was go to a Southern Miss football game or a high school football game at Oak Grove, for that matter, and to get somebody's towel or to high-five one of the baseball guys coming off the field. Man, that's all I wanted to do. I thought those guys were the coolest guys in the world, and so now to be kind of in their shoes, I look down, and when I see those guys running around, those little guys running around, I see little John Rhys, right? I'm sure they love football, they love baseball, they love athletics just like I did, and to be able to kind of switch the roles is kind of really surreal for me, and it's a really cool experience for sure. Some
changes on the offensive line. How are you developing chemistry with what's going to be a new center position?
I think that's it happens every play. Center quarterback exchange. It's a really, really big deal. We've got three really, really good centers right now, and center quarterback exchange has been really good. It's only day 3 camp, but all three of those guys are super, super talented. Kittler, Metcalf, and Bula are studs of human beings as well. They're a ton of fun to be around. But I mean, that's kind of the point guy at the offensive line position, and so you want a guy that's going to lead the pack. And I think it's really, really good that we have depth, not only at center, but all the way across the starting 5. We're going to have dudes that I think can switch out, and I think we got probably 8 or 9 guys that could be starters at a Power 5 school. And so when you have depth like that, it's a pretty dangerous weapon.
How do you look at depth?
How dangerous or scary can this offense be when you got guys like Kobe, Javon, R.J. Harvey, yourself, Johnny Richardson, Alec Howard, the list goes on. How scary can this offense be if everything is clicking on all cylinders?
I think we're going to be a scary sight for sure. I think it starts from the top down with Coach Malzahn and Coach Hinshaw kind of leading the pack, with Coach Hand coaching the O-line, Coach Hurd and Coach Blackman coaching them all up, Coach Cam Martin, who just got out of playing in SEC ball. I mean, like, when you have the coaches to lead the pack that have been there, that done that know what it looks like, and to have the personnel behind it that can execute anything that they want to do, it's pretty scary. I think if defenses are looking at UCF football and aren't kind of scared right now, I think they should be pretty soon.
So much of that will go through you. How much pressure do you feel going into the season, knowing that offense is going to drive through you?
I don't really feel a ton of pressure.
In general, or this season, is that just part of the way you are as an athlete?
I think that's kind of a little bit how I am as an athlete as well. I have fun doing what I do, right? I mean, this is a fun game to me. I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. But what I do love to do is show what I can do, is show what this team can do. So I think if we adapt the mindset of, hey, we don't have to prove anything to anybody, we just have to show everybody what we're about, then I think that takes a big leap for a team, right? Again, going back to your question, a lot of it's going to go through me. When you have guys, a starting 5 that, again, have 8 or 9 guys that can play at any Power 5 school, to have receivers for days that we can just rotate them in and out, and have 4 or 5 backs, again, that can be starters at any Power 5 school. I mean, I just got to give the ball to the guy that's supposed to get it, right? I mean, let the fast guys run fast, let the strong guys move the big guys, right? And so when you have awesome players around you, it takes a lot of pressure off of them.
A lot of your teammates are saying they see more confidence in you. Not that you weren't confident.
Sure.
Do you notice that? Do you feel that a little bit different in this camp or even spring?
Yeah, I mean, I think confidence is a big deal, especially when you're playing quarterback. I think when you're doing anything, I think confidence is key. I've never really had trouble with confidence.
I don't think anybody doubts that either.
But yeah, it's definitely really fun to.
But command, maybe not confidence, but command of the offense. When
you have a year under your belt, right? You know the system. You're not necessarily learning the system anymore. You have it mastered. And now you're just adding on pieces with Coach Hinshaw of little wrinkles and vertically stretching the field. It makes it easy, right? You're not necessarily having to coach the line and think about, hey, what's going to happen here? What is this guy going to do in this situation? Hey, this guy's a line like this. What's going to happen here? You don't have to. The gray area kind of goes away. It's kind of more black and white of what you're going to get, and it makes it easier on you. And so again, you can play with more confidence. You know what's going to happen necessarily, and so. Again, I think confidence is key, and I think I've gained confidence having a year under my belt, going through the spring, going through the summer with these guys, now going into the fall. I think the confidence is just going to keep growing, and I think the more confident a team plays, the more dangerous it gets, and so a lot of confidence going into this season.
Finish this sentence.
Yeah.
Baylor, TCU, and Kansas State aren't aware yet that UCF
will beat them. Yeah. But they will know soon.
Very succinct.
Yeah. That's what I got. Okay. That's what I got.
You ever look at any of Darin Hinshaw's old video from playing at UCF?
I haven't yet, because we've been so busy. You know, he's pulling up and watching a ton of film with us.
But two-sport guy.
Yeah, he's told us stories about how one day he had to do 2 games in one day too. He had to go from a baseball spring practice to a basketball game. I think it was a championship game or something. He came in the locker room fired up, ready to play in it, and those guys were fired up too. Yeah, absolutely. And it was super exciting for him. And so we've gotten to go down memory lane a couple times with him, but haven't got to pull up the
He's got to
yet.
break out some film.
We got to break up some film here sooner than later, just to be able to correct him on some stuff that he's doing too. But yeah, he's been awesome.